Let's go. Let's come on the witch. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a critically average adventure, and welcome to this little nook, this little layer, this what should we call this little fossil, of Out of the Cult. It's a D&D 5e campaign I'm playing with my friends, and these are my friends. We've gathered here today to play another game of Dungeons and Dragons with the Out of the Card party, who are on their quest to retrieve the flask to heal people, also to defeat an evil lich that guards it in its domain of undead, and they have found a shortcut of sorts. Instead of having to travel up the treacherous mountain pass, they have gone under it with the help of Annie and her passages. They've slipped their way through into a place where they discovered some beetle-like creatures that were different from the beetle-like creatures that they'd experienced in the town of Vermilion. They defeated the one of them that they found, but found them to be burrowing, and found many other tunnels from them, which progressed out from a space in the center. In the space in the center, however, what they found was a mound of rotten flesh and bone and sinew that rose up and nearly killed our resident wizard, Nyala. However, with the wonderful help of everybody working really, really well as a team at that fight, actually, with the barbarian Mororook like freeing Nyala from this necrotic mass of goop, and then they'll basically try to kick the crap out of this thing and try to knock it prone, but it couldn't be. No, trying to stun it, but couldn't stun it. Yeah, it was really good battle. But you are all pretty shattered because this thing was tough. And that's where we're going to come in. If you remember, you're in a cavern, and above you, there is only one exit that you've found that leads anywhere important. You've got the several other tunnels that are going out from this space. You had discerned that, watching the creature's behavior and now looking where the tunnels go, that they had run from this space or had left this space, maybe due to this massive unruly undead flesh. And you could see above you a large opening in the ceiling where this mound seems to have dropped from. It seems to have kind of fallen through the very ceiling of this natural cavern that I described to have its own levels of strata and stuff. But above you can start seeing some sort of structure, some sort of forged something, something that is made not of the natural landscape. What would you like to do? I'm guessing it's short rest time.
Well, we need to find somewhere safe first.
Yeah.
I don't feel like staying put in this exact area where we just ran away from a big insect thing and then fought a group of undead. I don't know. I think we should try and maybe move forward a little bit further first, and then.
How far is the exit? What seems to be the exit?
There is an exit in the ceiling, but you also haven't progressed around all of this cave yet either. You have another so you've come around the first major pillar, and then what you see is in the center of the space was this mound. Then you can see two other large pillars that kind of rise up and hold up the ceiling also, but you haven't been behind those yet.
How tall? How far is the ceiling exit?
About 100 foot. It's tall, very tall.
I was gonna ask Brooke to throw me, but nah.
100-foot chuck over tabaxi. Sorry, that's my phone making a load of rackets. Right.
I mean, we have our climber kits. It'll be difficult, but I'm sure we can. I mean, I could at least try and get up there and then maybe lower some rope down. Because if I fall, I'm pretty nimble. I can take a fall like that, but I don't know about the rest of you.
You failed last time, so
I mean, I can take a fall, and if I'm the first to fall, I can catch people. It's
Well, what I'm
how's about
saying
it?
is,
If you're going up, sorry, if you're going
Yeah.
up, I'll stay down here till last. If anyone falls, I'll catch them, and then I'll follow you up.
yeah, well, yeah, I think that's a good idea, but it's a case of if I go first and try and get a rope attached somewhere up there with the grappling hook, then everybody can climb up after me. You go up the last just in case somebody falls and you can catch them. But if I fall on my way up, I'm pretty nimble in a way that it wouldn't hurt me too much.
sorry, DM, another question because Niala does have a climbing speed. So, would she need the equipment?
No, not really. Not if you're just going to climb. It's not your natural form, but because you have a climbing speed, technically you can climb as far as you like. It's turns. So what's your climbing speed?
It's the same as my walking.
Yeah.
It's
30 feet.
oh no, actually 10 feet under, 20 feet.
Yeah, you could do it. It's just going to take you a little bit longer. You go slower, steadier, going up vertical surfaces.
It's just like imagine it's the claws.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean the rock
would be retracted and like just for like that
It's that kind of very obvious sediment rock here, like basalt and slate that's kind of like layered like this. So there are plenty of like small holes that those little tabaxi fingers can kind of cling into and get a purchase.
So I think I'm gonna do is as Arden is gonna climb with his kids, I'm actually going to follow him, not too far behind.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Now hold on, this is 100 feet up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I was to fall, getting slightly meta, how many d6 would that be?
60. It's a d6 per every 10.
So it'd be 6d6.
No, 5d6, isn't it?
10d6.
Oh, you already had
10.
Jaffa cakes.
Every 10
10d6.
No. Every
100
10 feet.
1d6.
No, every 10 feet is 1d6
Yeah.
falling damage. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 10. Yeah, 10
100
d6.
feet.
So, sorry, 10 d6.
10d6. Okay.
What's that?
Cool.
Jesus, what is that? I don't want to know. Why are you showing me that? Take that away. Fuck is that? Why are you showing me that someone's toenail pulls off? That's gross. Go away. What's wrong with you?
This is the family you're married into, mate.
Go away. I don't want to see that. Shoo. Be gone.
So
Do you want any
yeah,
snacks?
no, I can.
Apart from Jaffa cakes. You sure?
Yeah, so
So
10
even-
d6.
Okay. Even if I fell
Have fun,
and
guys.
took full damage, I could survive.
Try not to get killed.
I'll try my best. No promises. George's video seems to have disappeared.
Well, it's back.
Oh, no, there it's back. Right. Okay. Yeah. I'll crack out some of my climber's kit and I'll
Would
start making my
anybody-
way.
Would anybody like to be like a little bit like I can help? Come, Adam, before you climb, just in case you fall. And she will put her hands gently upon you, and you've not had much physical contact with Ishara. And she takes you and she cups your face, and she just rubs her thumbs like kind of just under your eyes. And as you do that, you feel this kind of radiance like slip into your body, and you regain 20 hit points.
Well, I needed that. That's a yep. Thanks, Oshara. That really.
Just in case there's something up there that we can't get up and help you with. Hey, little one. That's
yeah.
what you call her, right? Mororook? You call her little one, right?
She's not even that little. We're pretty much the same size. You know what? Never mind. Um,
Yes, you.
I'm not little. I'm average.
I thought it was like a pet name or something.
I think that, yeah, I think that is more of the case.
Oh.
But everybody's a little.
Was it wrong that I used the pet name without knowing you so well? I'm sorry. I'm not very good with this kind of interaction. Sometimes
Eljar, it's fine. It's just a case of that when Rook says it kind of applies to everyone to Rook, but so
What is the
everyone's
phrase?
little compared to him.
Putting your foot in it.
Yeah, but like Nyala in comparison to yourself isn't actually that small, but Nyala in comparison to Rook, well,
Yes,
I'm a
indeed.
fucking squish toy to him.
Would you
so
let me do the same to you, my fine feline friend? Come.
right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
head off, and then maybe once we're secure up there, maybe we can set up camp in that opening or something. That way we're at least off the ground, and we only have to focus on one way.
you gain 20 HP, Niala, as she takes your head similarly, but this time she kind of brushes along your cheeks and along your whiskers and kind of finishes at the ends of your whiskers like this. And the kind of heat goes along the whiskers and you feel them tingle along the whiskers and it goes into you and you feel revitalized from Majara's little golden touch.
However, before we start climbing, let's just double check around here first, around the base of this massive pillar.
And I'm not coming near that puddle of death. I had my fun with it. Yep, again. Nope.
This is disgusting. It is truly not nice. This is one of the worst smelling things I have ever smelled.
I kind of poke around with my sword in what's left, trying to discern bits apart from bits to see
It is a
what's
mad.
left.
Can you make me a survival check?
Investigation or survival?
I'm quite happy for an investigation.
I don't know. I mean, I'm happy to do well. I mean, survival's much nicer for me, but
Well, survival, because what are you trying to discern? I think I'd like
just
a
trying to
survival,
see
and
if
then
I
I would
can.
tell you why
I'm
I
just
would
trying
like
to
a
see if I
survival.
can find anything amongst all the just
Yeah,
random
mass.
goop.
Yeah, definitely a survival.
22.
Oh, yes, lovely. Yes, Arden. You see that there is everything here. There are bones of little birds. There are bones of humanoid forms. There are whole collections of just strange, like amalgamations of like where like you can see that this is definitely like something that would have a muscle structure that would be able to fly, but then this is definitely something that would be large and would be a land animal. It is just an absolute twisted collection of body parts. Hello, Diaz, and hello, Bishop. Thanks for coming. Are you all right? Cool. All right. A collected, twisted mass of stuff, basically, and you can start picking out like you see, like there's like a human skull here, and then there's like a femur of like an Aarakocra, but then you'll also see like crocodile's teeth and all kinds of strange stuff, like a really, really mixed bag of parts.
I mean, this is really strange. I mean, there's a lot of things in here that wouldn't necessarily, like, I don't see any reason for there to be a crocodile down here. I mean, how did this thing come across a crocodile?
I mean, as far as I remember, crocodiles are more like in warm waters.
I mean, we did hear some water not too far away. Maybe it just got lost.
But it's cold. They typically don't. They prefer the warm because they need to you know, they're cold-blooded. A bit like dragons, I think. Some dragons.
Well, this just seems to be an amalgamation of whatever it could get. Whatever it killed became part of it. But it makes it strange how maybe somebody was feeding it.
And I think we might have a great culprit for that.
Hmm. Well, I mean, those stone people seemed very pleasant. If they wanted to kill us, I'm pretty sure they could have just done it themselves. They didn't need to send us down here. Unless they're trying to appease something.
Ijara will say, those creatures were good.
Exactly. They
While
didn't spare me.
we were there, I used my senses to reach out and check. It seemed too good to be true to be being led a shorter way. So I checked,
Yeah.
and I sensed nothing with them. No malice, no evil. But I did sense a great wealth of good.
Well then I suppose we better be on our guard moving forward.
From my experience, elementals are really nice.
Well, I'm not. I never once said that they. Look,
I'm just telling you. A
I
bit
know.
rough on the edges and yeah, a bit sharp sometimes, but
I'm going to just have another look around down the bottom of this cavern, around the corner that we didn't look at, and just see if there's anything else, any other clues, anything else that might give us a little insight into what's going on here. But before we go further up, I mean, at the end of the day, if there's a big hole up there, maybe this is where everything gets dropped down. Maybe this is leftovers.
As you move around the second set of columns, you notice that there is a tunnel, like a naturally formed passageway. You also see that this would be your sort of north westerly corner of if it's a square space, okay, in that corner. But what you also discover round that side, or kind of impacted with the walls and already rotting, are bodies of the creatures you came across in the tunnels, the bugs. You see their kind of caprices. You see that sickly look, that poisoned look that you could tell from that you've seen and felt in yourself, Arden. You can see their bodies have been smashed against the wall with those pulverizing masses of flesh. Their caprices just sort of crushed, like someone might squash a beetle, a small beetle. They've crushed this thing that towered above you at nearly 8-9 foot tall. With
I mean,
force of its
it looks like it looks like these elementals have been pushing these bugs back. Wasn't it Bishop that said that it looked like they were fleeing, that they were coming south, they were coming from above, away from something? It seems they ran into the elementals also defended themselves.
No, sorry, my mistake. I might not have made that quite clear. Luke, is that it is the wounds have been done by the flesh creature, not by the stone creatures.
Sorry. So they fled from above. They came and ran into this thing. This thing took care of more of them, and then they carried on running. And we're going towards whatever they're running from, which I think we can all guess what that is.
yeah, no, I'm going up, man.
Me
I'm just gonna
too.
have a tear down this other tunnel.
You hear running water. As soon as you put your head over that space, you get that white noise. Pardon me.
I think it just loops back around to that tunnel that we heard from earlier. That also looped back around to the other tunnel. Let's just go up. I don't think we've got anything else to gain from down here.
Yeah, no, it's just this area was a nest of the bugs, people, creature, thing. And that thing came from the ceiling and just proceeded to exterminate them.
Yeah, you notice that there is rockfall like in and around from where this hole is. This is like a cracked ceiling rather than a something that has been there as a permanent thing. Sorry,
Oh.
you can probably all hear my dogs whining for their food. Sorry.
No, it's all right. Well, I'm going to start climbing up them. I'm going to start heading up towards that opening.
Sure. Is there anything anybody else would like to do? So George, Mororook is down. What kind of keeping an eye? Ijara will wait because they cannot climb up easy in this plate that they wear, in the armor that they wear. Bishop, what are you doing here? Anything Bishop wants to do? So the fight is over. You are in the cave. Arden has discovered one more exit in the north westerly corner of this space, if it was to be a square, and has discovered that the beetles have been smashed by this undead creature, this undead thing, till they managed to flee into the walls and dig themselves burrows where it could no longer follow.
So there's two ways we can go.
Yes, indeed.
Can
There's three ways. You can go back as well.
oh, yeah. So the way we came, and then did we find out roughly where the entrance is or where it would be exactly? Would it be higher or lower from when we did our research back in the Lament? Or
This, where you are now, was not mapped by the lament.
and Arden went and checked out the entrance he found, or
Yeah,
he just found it and then explored.
heard the sound of rushing water. That's all they kind of can make out. Dark tunnel, at least 60 feet long. The sound of running water.
And has anyone checked out more or less the entrance that's like, what all the way at the ceiling, or am I mistaken?
No, that's where the plan is to go. It's about 100 feet up. So Nialo is going to climb the walls. Arden's going to use the climbing kit to get up there and then lower ropes for the rest of you to climb.
Oh,
That was the plan so far.
just I just had a really long day.
That's cool.
I'll do nothing. I'll just let them do stuff.
Sure. Okay. If you're really struggling, Diaz, we can call it. Don't worry. So, you begin to make your way up, Niala and Arden. Are you taking the same pillar? Are you climbing up the same pillar to go up to this roof crevice, or are you going different directions? Are you choosing one side, one the other?
I don't know. Like, I presume Nyala was going to follow just in case.
Out of worry, yeah, she would. You're
Do you want
mute.
do you want any kind of checks, or
Pete, you mute.
you're on mute?
It is quite. It's a similar to climb as you did before. So, however you wish, you can acrobatics it. You crazy monk. Do it. Do it. Flip up it.
23.
It's an easy climb. And Niala, it's included within your stat block. You don't even need to do it. You climb. You climb with that feline grace. Climbing up. And you start seeing these kind of hasty. When you reach the lip, you can sort of see hastily placed blocks, haphazard in its construction, not well constructed, quickly constructed. Not skillfully in any sense. It is just blocks roughly hewn, but they are hewn rather than of the natural strata. They're huge. They're really big blocks as well.
Okay.
And you kind of climb and pull yourself above the lip. And somewhere far off, you think you hear the whip of wind. Like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Like when something blows over a tunnel mouth or something like that, maybe.
Not far off. So when I've gone over this lip, am I like, am I on a solid kind of surface
Yeah.
stand,
It's
or?
kind of, it kind of comes out like this. And what you stand on is you initially have to climb up one of these large blocks. And it feels like that's been made as a floor, a sort of temporary floor on top of the natural bedrock. It was looked like that this was built without checking how much weight this could take, this piece of ground, like if there was anything underneath, and then it's kind of fallen through. That's what you can make the assumption of now as you look at this space. But you can see as you look up further, like slightly offset, maybe there's been a quake or something here, but there's a tube, like another longer constructed shape that goes up in blocks.
I'm going to carry on up.
And then there is a tunnel, and you also hear that air coming from another sort of way off in this chamber somewhere else. You can either climb up further up the tube, which you cannot see the top of, or you can move to somewhere else in the space. Are you helping any of the others up first? That's what we need to know.
I mean, how much further up is this? Because 2 sets of rope is 100 foot, and that would get me from to where we are now.
Yeah.
Probably need.
I would say that you'd be wise to bring your friends up with you at this point.
Okay. All right, I'm going to take out the grappling hook, tie up some rope, and try and find a solid point for it to grasp.
Yeah, cool. And the rest of you begin to make your way up with the help of Arden and Niala. Could you, Niala, I'm guessing while Arden's doing this, could you make a perception check for me?
Okay. $17.
Oh, lovely. You start looking to where there has been a shift, and that where you can sort of see that the tunnel has been pushed off track, kind of thing, above you, and you can sort of see the whole ceiling has moved, I don't know, maybe 30 feet one way. Like there's been quite a big tectonic movement here, recently to disrupt the flow of this tunnel into this container that you now that has collapsed at the bottom. You can see that there is a crevice that kind of slants to a side, naturally formed as this crack has broken through, and that's where you hear the howling from. What you hear from at the end of the tunnel, just at the very tip of your tabaxi hearing, is a screech.
What kind of screech?
High pitched, and it does that kind of and kind of fades away. But it happens over and over again.
Guys.
Is it a similar sound we've heard before?
No,
No.
There's a
you've not.
creature stuck in the rock.
No, this is coming from the man-made. I'm going to say man-made because it's easier. From the constructed tunnel above you, but it sounds like it's coming from the end of that tunnel. It kind of echoes down, just at the tip of your tabaxi hearing.
Yeah. There's a creature up the tunnel here. I don't think it's as friendly as we are.
Right. Everybody on your guard then.
With the party gathered, do you climb the tube above or follow the crevasse? You trying to ascend further up, straight up, or follow the more linear path on the ground floor?
I think we should carry on up.
What do you think, party?
Rook's at the back, so he's just going to follow the lead.
Yalla. Yalla.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Maybe what someone could scout ahead.
I'm not in shape enough for another battle. None of us really are, I think.
If it comes to that, we'll be fine. I'll take point, because I can take a lot.
I mean, I'm all right. I mean, I'm a little spent, but I'm all right. I could take on something else.
Yeah, I'm taking no chances right now because with the creature we've seen down there, I'm not ready to see another undead abomination, so I'd rather go straight.
We're going into the very lair of undead abominations. You've got to start getting used to it.
It's true, all around. I'm not really trying to sense, but I cannot help but sense. It creeps into my bones, underneath the skin, giving the goose flesh, you know. It is here. Great evil, great undead.
You know what bothers me the most? Is that usually it's wizards that turns into leash.
Yeah, well, tend to be the ones that meddle in magic. So you don't really get one by accident.
Ambition is a funny thing.
I'm gonna look. I'll scout ahead. I'll climb up and keep my eyes open and just try and see what we've got to deal with. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. You can climb. I'm going to keep the original check because you're feeling pretty athletic
Okay.
today.
But
Could you, though, make me a stealth. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say you want to go quietly.
I'm going to guidance myself, but I don't
Yes.
feel like it's
Boom,
needed.
enough one.
$29.
29. Silent. Let's see. Hold on. You gotta just roll.
Yeah, passive perception, right? Unless it's actually actively looking for something.
Ah. You think there wasn't going to be guards?
I mean,
No.
I didn't think we were that close yet, but apparently we're getting pretty damn close.
Oh, come on. Sorry, I'm having some serious trouble on my computer.
It's all right.
Let's roll a dice. Let's get a dice roll. It's DM's first dice roll. Whoop, 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 whoop. Bop, 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 bop. Here we go. Oh no, it's my second dice roll. Silently, you scale up this tunnel, and you notice as you climb pieces of skin clinging to the rough-hewn rock. You see the odd fractured scapula smashed into smithereens where the rock juts out slightly too far. You maybe put your hand on that and it slides and back down the tunnel, making your friends jump below. Gradually you climb up and you see a sky at the end of this tunnel, and you see it roiling and spin and whirl in sickening, mesmerizing patterns, which you have very well seen before, or a version of this. Now, this does not cling to the top, and then you hear the screech. You see a black shape across the mouth of this tube. Do you go any further? Do you go to the top? Do you look out?
No.
You're quiet as a mouse. Do you want to know?
Yeah, I do.
You climb and you finally put like one hand atop the rock and you feel that cold wind jut across those fingers, that Arctic breeze. You feel the thinness of the air, but it has particulate in it. And then you kind of pull yourself just peeping above this precipice. You look and you see the sky being ripped apart, and out of these small rips in space and time spew these black winged entities, and they fly over a field that is filled with maybe 100, maybe 200 of exactly replicas of the spout that you climb out of. You see them laden in their arms, carrying what you think to be bodies, corpses. But then you hear one scream as it's dropped. and it plummets down one of the tunnels with sickening cracks. And you look across this field to the highest peak at the far end, and you can see eldritch light glow from the far end of this field, and you see that the clouds emanate out from here. You see bolts of lightning shooting in and out of this space, coruscating through the clouds, and then kind of almost as they come out, they unzip these spaces and let these beasts through and drop these masses into the tunnels below.
Okay.
What the fuck?
What's in my immediate vicinity?
In your immediate vicinity, you
Yeah.
see basically like your chimney that you climb out of
Yeah.
sticks about maybe 30 feet above the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that there's space in between them, but they're all kind of bored into the cliff, and then these tunnels are made. And at the bottom, you assume them to be a similar sort of tunnel box at the bottom, essentially. And you can see where the creatures have sometimes missed. There's the odd limb and thing. But
And
other
there's
than these,
hundreds of these tunnels.
hundreds of them.
How, like, so where, like, hundreds of them, where, if I look around, where is mine situated in this field of tunnels?
So you're probably say a quarter of the way into this field, and pretty much dead center where you've popped out.
And these creatures that I've seen before, are we talking about the converted dead of
No,
Zimrica?
these things that you see are shadowy. They don't seem
Okay.
to have much form when they appear. They itch at the edge of your mind. They're like when you've woken from a dream scared and there was a shape following you.
Yeah.
It's that, but winged. When you can't really glimpse, you can't really quite.
And how many of these things do I see around? Like
They immediately, as soon as they appear and they've dropped
they
their
disappear and they're
payload,
going in and out
there's
of these
another
cracks of
yeah,
space time.
and another one appears.
Okay, I'm going to look around the perimeter. Are there any structures? Are there any caves, tunnels, cliff sides, rocky terrain, anything that looks like a particular cover?
This sits inside, if you can imagine a scar shape, like a
Yep.
this kind of shape in the
Yep.
top of a mountain. That is the ringed sort of area looking. Inside that there are these hundred or so tunnels that go down. You're about here.
Yep.
The center point of this nightmarish construction, this production line, if you like, is at the this apex here.
Yeah.
The point. But yeah, it's rocky to the side, but it looks like it's been again kind of hastily smashed in or cut in or something.
And at the precipice of this, then the centerpiece of this hellscape, what am I looking at?
You can't quite make it out, but something rises there, blacker than the clouds that surround it. Some sort of twisted basalt tower.
Right, I'm going to make my way slowly back down the chimney, just trying to contain myself and kind of get my thoughts in order and just
We're going for the thing.
calm myself down before I confront the others.
You look like you've seen the ghost.
Yeah, well, you could say that that's quite accurate.
Everything okay?
Um, no,
What do you mean though?
What did you see?
if we're gonna rest, this is it.
What do you mean this is it?
This is it.
Oh, right now?
We're here.
Oh,
Shit.
Um,
Yes. Let's punch.
the
Shara,
this tunnel.
I've never punched one before.
It's one of hundreds. This seems to be some kind of disposal, if not disposal, farm for bodies to create this undead mass. For
What, one of
purpose, I
those?
don't know.
That we
Yeah.
just fought?
Yes, there's going to be hundreds of them of
Huh.
varying stages. But
fuck.
imagine a field of chimneys, and then above those chimneys, imagine an absolute hellscape of winged shadow creatures that are flying in and out of this plane through cracks in space that are dropping people, creatures, alive and dead, down these chimneys. And then at the end of this field and this scarred landscape, well, I think that's where we've got to go. I think that's the temple.
How? In the name that holy, the whole is holy.
Do not blaspheme.
We're going to have to be super careful making our way through here. There are eyes everywhere. If we just follow that passage on, we're just going to encounter cavern after cavern after cavern of those things. We need to get out of here. Well, I suppose we need to get out of here. There's two roads. There's the road that's underground. I have a rough idea of the direction that we just keep following, and we might have to keep fighting those things under here, or we risk taking the high road and being seen by those things that are above. But if we do get seen, we can always just jump down the nearest chimney and take our chances with what's below.
That sounds disgusting.
yeah.
Well, it's taking our chances with what's below anyway if we carry on.
I'd rather take my chances outside.
We
Yeah,
might
what
not get
does-
seen. They seem pretty busy. They're literally in and out. They're really fast. They're flying in and out, dropping off and going. They have a job to do. They're not looking. And well, it doesn't seem that they're looking. But we have to be really, really careful. And we can't be quick. We have to take our time. If we're
You've
fast,
seen
we'll be spotted.
you have seen it, Adam. You know the best. I'll follow what you say. I have no idea how bad it is up there.
How far does it look from this chimney to the tower?
It's probably about a mile and a half. This is a huge kind of. I mean, it's massive. There's lots of these tunnels dropping down. You can just. That's why you can't quite make out the stuff with the things dropping in the air. You can't quite make out what's at the end.
Look, could tiny hut it. I can't guarantee they wouldn't see us, but I don't know what these things are.
I get it.
I've got a feeling that whatever this lich has done, it feels like it's manipulated. I don't know whether it's done something to the portals here between the fire plane and and broken them, or twisted them, or used them. And it's just using it as its own personal gateway to somewhere much worse, I don't know. But they seem to come and go as they please. The sky is torn.
I think at this point, Nyala would get out a stone, a Roman stone.
Yeah.
Try to see where it points.
It is so strong. That tug pulls you roughly in the direction of the tunnel, which is also the direction that Arden has indicated is the rough direction across the plain towards this a mile and a half trek amongst these chimneys of flesh disposal.
If we're careful, we use your hut, use your magic bubble. We can slowly traverse it. It's a couple of miles. Might take us a day.
We go slowly. An hour and we're there.
Well, I was trying to be even more careful than that, but
Oh, you mean real slow?
I mean real slow. I don't want to be seen by these things at all. There's an army up there.
For all that it matters, it's near.
Just gonna play devil's advocate here. We need to rest. You
do.
really need to rest.
We do. If we're going to do this, we need to go into it with everything we've got.
But counterpoint. This thing doesn't know we're here. These creatures don't know we're here.
Not yet.
If we take our time, we risk being spotted. Just as much as if we rush. We want the element of surprise. We want to be able to go in without having been detected.
I might have a way, but I'm not sure it's gonna work. The elementals said the portal were probably closed, but it's reacting. So if I just ask to go home, it might open.
No, wait, does that stone take you home, or does it take you to that portal? That's a very big distinction.
Because we can't go into this fight without you.
Because whoever this person is, whatever they've done, if they have corrupted that portal and you go there, you might not be going home.
Niala, you remember that it's a waypointing tool, but it's also like a key. When you find a portal, it does unlock. It has that property to it.
If it brings me to the portal, this gift that she gave me can close it. I don't know for how long, I don't know if it's permanent or not.
It's not just one portal that's there, though, it's two.
It's at least one less.
We may have the element of surprise, but surprise, then what?
We punch him in the face.
Yes!
Oh my god, you dorks.
I sink my hammer into his head.
Ijara high fives you immediately.
Rook doesn't.
Left me hanging.
I'm sorry, Eljara. This This is serious. This isn't time for
I
high
don't think
fives.
I don't think it's going to be that simple.
But what if it is? Again, to play devil's advocate, what if we walk in there, I sink my hammer into his head, and we walk out with what we came for?
But
What
how
if
do
it
we
is just that
fix
simple?
this?
Fix-
Whatever it's done, it's doing for a reason. It might have already done what it came here to do. It's
True.
been here for so long, it's had so much time.
But if
Killing
that's the
it might not
case,
stop what it's already done.
what if we can't fix what it's done? What then, Arden?
Then we need the bitch alive to tell us what to do.
Okay. So we go in there, surprise him, gag him, bind him, so that he can't use any of his little fucking tricks.
I understand that everyone here is boiling for a fight with this thing, but we don't know what we're going into. We still don't know what it's doing. I suggest we move with caution, go in quietly, and we observe. We try and find out what is going on. We get to the tower, we infiltrate the tower, we make our way through, we try and find out. We get as much information as we can before we do anything rash.
Okay. Again, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm not a stealthy man. I'm not a stealthy bugbear.
Yes, but that's why we work together.
Then we take the tunnel below. We don't know what exists in the tunnels below, right? We do not know what is in this way. We know what is up there. We could be seen. We don't know what is this way.
We could find. That's a good point. We could follow the tunnels below.
Okay.
We can always find a way to get to the surface. We know that there's many ways up there.
Mhm.
If we need to get out, we can. But if we carry on this way, then at least we limit being detected.
Okay.
Were any of the creatures flying in the tunnels?
No, they were just dropping things off.
Gross.
So if we come across anything undead down here, if we come across one thing, no problem, we kill it. If we come across many things, we need to kill them and fast before they can alert others. Can't let anything escape from this point onwards. It's no prisoners.
Okay.
Agreed. We stopped
Not that
for
there
a
has been on
while.
the way, but still.
We stopped for a while. We rest.
Let's take a short break here while we can. And then let's move on.
Arden, a moment, if you would.
Come, Bishop, here. Let me help you.
Right.
I wanted to say, and I wanted to interrupt. I
Sorry.
wanted to say what Arden was describing. All of that. Would I have any knowledge, any recollection of what those creatures might be, or did he not give a description of whatever?
Why don't you ask?
Um, give me a minute as I try to think of how I'm gonna say this as Bishop.
Sorry.
Arden, I'm looking at this like during short rest. Arden, what? Like, can you give me a better physical description of whatever you saw up there?
Shadows with wings. Barely a description of a form, just shadows with wings.
Rings any bell, Bishop?
As a player, I do. I think. Would I roll anything? Dungeon Master Pete.
You could roll a. Let me think. History.
History. Would I roll with advantage due to it being faith, being or undead? If it is what I think it is, I won't.
No,
But-
I don't think you do.
You said history?
History.
Okay. Oh, it's okay. It's a 17.
Do you want to tell them what you think it might be?
I think, from player to player, I think it's a Gloomstalker. It's a mount I've been wanting for a really long time.
No.
I want one as a mount. I told you this a really long time ago.
Why?
And I really wanna catch one.
That's
You know,
good.
fun stuff. I really want one. They're amazing. I want one as a pet. You know?
This is going to be another moment.
No.
Pet collection.
I can't get my slug as soon,
Fuck's
but you
sake.
guys were able to get a fucking annoying ass cat named What's His Face in the fucking wagon.
Look, we didn't ask for
fucking
him. We're just
son.
giving him. All right.
And you fucking
Nobody asked
kidnapped.
for Godfrey. Godfrey was forced upon us.
Nobody wants Godfrey.
We
Fuck
could literally
Godfrey.
kick him off the kick him off the sled. We could just shoot
You
that
don't want to know
motherfucker.
what the other lots have done with their Godfrey.
They
Oh,
have a
there's more
Godfrey.
than one.
Oh my God.
Fuck Godfrey, honestly.
I'm gonna kill that fucking cat. I swear to God.
No.
I'm gonna kill him.
Can't kill him. You can't. We tried that.
Have
accidentally.
you really? When? When was this? Was
He
I
swallowed magic and he exploded into 7 more.
yeah, that's using magical means. Just do the whole
Just-
stab.
Sink my fucking hammer into his head.
Just
Yeah, exactly. Fuck.
whack a
Yeah, and
ball.
you peel it off, and then you have
Leave
Godfrey
him
jam,
alone.
and then you have
Whack
a
little
cat.
tiny little
We
one.
can literally just
You
leave him
are
out in the
all
cold.
mean.
God.
George,
I just want a PSA. We do not condone animal cruelty.
George,
Nah.
it's Mororook doing a black metal drum solo.
You are
But
all
I fucking
horrible.
hate. I'm gonna kick Godfrey out, bro. I swear to
Classic
God.
Taz.
A cat.
I'm just throw him at undead. See what fucking happens.
No.
Right.
No cats were harmed in the making of Out of the
Imagine if
Cold.
Godfrey's just the beat. Imagine if Godfrey's the big bad.
All along, just in the back of your
He's
wagon,
been watching us the entire
Excellent,
time.
excellent. Okay, come on, let's do your dice rolling then for your short rest. Then, yeah.
So was I
so
right? Was I right, Pete?
We don't know, do we?
You rolled a 17. You suspect pretty much spot on.
I want one as a pet, guys. I really want one as a pet. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one.
What was the
It's-
name again?
A gloom stalker.
Yeah,
That's
it's my favorite mount in the game. Well, it's
a
technically a
beautiful
monster.
thing.
It's a monstrosity if you want to go more into it.
It's a beauty.
It is a beauty. I'm such a big fan of it.
Right,
Why?
hit dice. Hit dice. Come on. How many are you rolling, folks?
I have to think of a name of it now. Oh, shit. Anyways,
not great.
you can have a cat and a son. I'm gonna get my Gloomstalker. I'm just saying.
How many am I down? I have no idea. What am I down? Oh, crikey, I'm down.
I need. How many should I waste?
I'm gonna roll 2. And then roll again.
Oh,
Right.
all right.
Got my key
Here's
points
hoping.
back.
Ah, Max!
Oh, 43. Nice.
I'm 1 hit point off of full. But I've got 7 temporary hit
Oh,
points.
I'm like 10 off, but
Oh,
shit, I'm good. I
Is yours gonna
re-rolled.
roll a
I don't think
second
I don't
die?
think I could roll it twice.
During this short rest, Rook wanted to have a quick chat, so I'm going to go and have a chat with Rook.
Okay. Oh, why did that not
Down at
apply?
Down
Hold
at
on.
the down that one
Wait.
step.
Where are we exactly? Are we like back at
You're
where
in the you're in
bodies
We're at
the
the we're at the base of that tunnel where there's that kind of those two big cube steps, and then like a crevasse that well, I say a crevasse,
yeah.
a crack, a tunnel that carries on further on.
Yeah.
But
You
there's
can
like two big
s-
steps. Like we're camping on one, and then you have the tunnel that goes up. That kind of, but it's like the tunnel kind of goes up and then down over the edge.
Yeah,
But we're on like two like big like lips that come out from the side, and then there's another tunnel that carries on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
and
Gotcha,
then
I
and
gotcha.
then and then above you you can see like this. You're on a piece of construction. There is a piece of construction up and across from you that is a continuation, but the ground is shifted. So it's like this tunnel was being used, and because of the shifting, it hasn't been fully complete or hasn't been used in a while, and isn't currently being filled by the creatures from above.
Oh, all
That's
right.
what Arden would understand. And then where there's this shift in the ground, it's also created a crack underneath that runs near on parallel with the landscape above.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go off the top lip down to the second lip and have a chat with Rook.
Okay. Ijara will make sure that Nyala is healing okay and will tend to any wounds and cleansing, and will be uttering little words of prayer around you both, Nyala and Bishop, and
I'm
trying to
just
give you words of
I'm just
comfort.
shoving bones back into place after being dislocated, as
Yeah.
they got like squished.
Need to get pretty mashed.
Yeah. Got fucked up pretty bad.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Let's go to this moment where Arden and Rook kind of hang their legs over the edge of this crack, and you start hearing the kind of clicking sounds of the creatures below you, and you see them kind of collecting the pieces of their dead and then dragging them back to their tunnels that they've dug away from this corrupted mass. Even these simple-minded beasts know that this is wrong. This is not where they want their dead to lie. They pay you no mind, by the way, sorry.
Wanted a word?
Yes. Obviously, this is kind of it. This is where we're trying to get to. This is what we're trying to do, potentially.
Oh.
I I need your help with something. Recently, when we've fought things and you've been in danger or Nyala's been in danger, obviously I know I can get a bit angry. I can get a bit, for lack of a better term, a bit smashy.
Yes.
The past few times I've not had control.
What do you mean?
So when that power takes over, when my hammer glows, when I enter that state of ferociousness, whatever you want to call it, that state of anger, that state of aggression, violence, whatever you want to call it. I black out. I don't remember anything as soon as my hammer starts to glow. Whereas obviously before I would remember things, I would know when I'm swinging, I would be in control the whole time. The past few times it seems to be since we entered this mountain, I am losing control of this gift, curse, whatever it is that I've been bestowed with. Whether that's the age catching up to me, whether that's all part of whoever has gifted me this power's plan, I don't know. But I need you to swear something to me as my friend. As the one that I admire the most and the only one that is really capable of doing this. If it gets to a point where I can't leave this rage, where I can't calm down, I need you to promise me that you will calm me down or put me down. I know full well you are capable. You are potentially the only one that is capable of doing this. But if I'm not remembering, then this is where it gets dangerous. If we go into there against whatever we face, I fear that the anger that I will feel, obviously from watching Sin die, could be too much. So I need you to promise me as a friend that if I can't bring myself out of it, you will try to bring me out of it, or you will stop me, because I am scared of what I will become if I can't stop.
Every time you've lost control so far, you've never even looked at any of us the wrong way. You have continued to be a loyal friend.
Because I could control it. When we were fighting, 20 minutes ago, as soon as that thing went down, I couldn't stop swinging. I almost swung for Iljara. Until Nyala came up behind me.
Well, I promise. Promise to protect you as well as them.
Okay. But if it comes to it, if it comes to you having to choose between me or them, you promise me you will choose them.
I'll choose them.
Swear.
I swear. And whatever it is that you want me to swear upon, I swear.
Okay.
We'll figure this out.
Yes. I need to know why this is happening. Don't worry, I'm not going to run off again. I've done my reading, I've done my running.
I don't know much about gods, the gifts, this evil that we're about to come up against. I don't understand a lot of it.
Nor do I.
But we've come this far. And I have to believe that there's a reason we've gotten this far.
I am very much in the mindset after finding out about how old I actually am. I fear that whichever god bestowed these powers, these gifts on me, will not let me die until my purpose is complete. I have been very close multiple times, especially in the snow. We remember that. I wholeheartedly believe that I will not be going until my time is up, until I have done what I have been bestowed these gifts to do.
Look, I
I'm
know I
in
just said that I believe we've gotten this far for a reason. But I don't think we've gotten this far because of some gods or some benevolent thing giving you powers or any of us any abilities. I don't believe that we're only standing because something wills us to be here. I think we're all standing here because we're together, that we've helped each other get this far. None of us would have gotten here alone. We're here because we've made it so. Whether we've had help from something else, great. But help alone doesn't get you to where we are.
You know full well I will fight with you till the end. Whether we win, lose, I will.
I'm not concerned about a fight. I'm concerned we're going to find something up there that we don't know how to handle, that we don't know how to fix. There are things going on that are planning to change this world, and we're going to need a lot more help. We can't just punch it, hammer it, throw spells at it.
That would be far too easy.
As I said before, I think this lich is just a symptom of something far greater. I think it's just taken advantage of what is happening. These, and this takes that crystal scroll with the crystal scroll. These have more to do with what's going on. This lich is just part of it.
I fear you.
Hyenas
you may
feast
be
on
right.
scraps from plagues. Doesn't mean that they're the cause of the plague.
True. Whatever it is, whatever's awaiting us, whatever happens, do it together.
Once we're done here, and we will be done here, it's not over.
Oh.
You do know that, right? We're not going to just go up there, kill a lich, and it's done.
I'm painfully aware of that.
We have to go out east. We have to find out that crazy fucker with the crystals originally, what he's doing.
Yeah.
And then, well, then we have to find out what's going on north, because I don't think for us to learn, and it's weird stuff going on.
No. I fear that again you may be right. But whatever happens,
We do it together.
we do it together. We do it as one.
Right. I'm quite glad we're taking the low road. It's while it is dark down here, the darkness hides the things that you fear to look at. Out there,
Yes.
well, it's all there to see. Anyway, I'm just going to go and have a sit down on my own for a little bit. I'm sure Eljara has plenty of thoughts on how to bash this lich's head in. So I'm just going to go and think on a few things.
Cool. I think that's where we're. Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, so as Arden gets up and leaves, Rook's just going to sit there. He's going to reach into his pack, pull out a Rook brew.
You still had one?
It's very cold, but it still has that refreshing herby nature to it. And for the first time since Vermilion, Rook, as you sip that drink, you feel that comforting tickle in your left arm. Your arm. You haven't felt it in some time.
They're still there.
And that's where we're going to take a quick break, I think, before we move on to any more sections of this Doom world. Yeah. Welcome back to Out of the Cold, everybody. Our protagonists are at the precipice of something monumental. They are beneath a field of feeding, of harvesting, of reaping corpses and bodies. They have a tunnel ahead of them. They have their route above, swarming with things that Bishop knows. Bishop, did you share that you know where these things come from?
I don't think so. But then again, I think everyone just
because you don't know. When Arden gives you that more in-depth discussion, did you share?
I don't know. Let me see. I'll roll a charisma check to see if I can convince myself. If I want to. I'll say on a 1 to 10.
Charisma check to convince myself.
Yeah, I roll a 1 through 10. No. 11 through 20, yeah. And I have a -1. And I rolled a 2, so no.
Okay, so you keep it to yourself. You don't share what
I'll
goes
say
on.
I won't tell them what exactly it is, but I will say as a word of advice, they are would I know about some weaknesses?
No. You
No,
would
then never mind.
know you'd know where they're from. You would know you know them as like in legend almost, like you know of the plains and you know roughly that there are these alternative places, and where you traveled through you'd been near the Fey side of things, but this is as close as you've been to the
Shadowfell, and I'm super excited about that. Favorite place.
I mean, there was one time
What?
with the blood ox.
There was yeah, well, no, that doesn't feel like this.
No. Besides, I don't think I was there. Was I?
Yeah, your Sin was there.
Sin was there. Me,
Oh,
Bishop
no.
was there.
Bishop was there, wasn't it? When you started trekking across the ice? Yeah, it was Bishop. Yeah, when you met Asagi.
Which one's that one again? There's so many.
Asagi was the creature that had all the compartments, and there was a wall. There was like a wall of white light and objects pulling through it. You got sucked.
I thought it was Sin.
That was yeah, that was Sin.
That was Sin.
Oh, because you trekked back. Yeah, Sin went there.
Yeah.
Bishop.
Yeah, I know absolutely nothing about what you guys did.
No, but neither does anybody really. It was only Sin that went there.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
I told them it's a creature from the shadow. It's like
yeah. Okay, so you know it's from an extra planar beast. Everybody.
Yes.
And
I want one at the moment.
Arden, you sit and you take out the this foresight relic. What do you think about? Where do you focus your mind? What are you looking for?
I am focusing on our destination. That tower in the distance.
Okay. You see a balcony carved of bone, protruding from a mass of writhing flesh. You see two portals on either side of this balcony that sticks out that flicker and flash, and you see 100 fingers prying them open that merge from this tower itself. Hundreds of fingers just racing in and pulling out, and then when one of the bones fractures, another hand is there to pull it open. And you see a beautiful robe with golden hem, and it contains within it a figure that stands tall and noble in bearing, not crooked and hunched, doesn't move like you've seen other things undead move. And it walks to the edge of this balcony, raises its hands to the sky, and bellows silently. You get no sound. This all happens in complete silence, just a vision. And you see each of the chimneys and then these forms start birthing themselves from the tubes. You then see him raise his other hand, and the sky rip open, and the black creatures that you've seen dropping, the bodies come through, and they fly in, looking expectantly at their summoner. Their task complete. Why have they been called again? Each creature reaches up from its pit and grabs one of these gloom stalkers, these black shadowed shapes, and tears the wings from its back. Sinewy black shadow comes apart. They raise them over their head and place them upon their back and raise their heads as these black shadows sneak in between the bones and sinew into the spinal column and adjust what approximates the spinal column and adjust this new form. And then, with a steady beating of the winds, these flesh beasts start raising themselves from the ground, and they are aloft. These mounds of flesh, much like what you fought in the tunnel below, merged with a creature of the shadow fell. These black wings, making them aloft, able to fly. And you see the Dracolich mounts one, the Lich creature mounts one. It's you. Mounts upon one of them and then begins traveling east. And then a vision snapshot. That's a possible future.
Right. Well, we know what comes next if we fail. How's everyone getting on?
I'm all right. Still a bit annoyed that Rook left me hanging, but I'm okay. It's okay, Rook. I understand. I do understand the seriousness of this. It's life or death, or even worse, undeath. Of maybe us, maybe more. But we try our best, you know? And my best motivation is seeing me or you punch that witch, you know? That would be so freaking awesome. I'm sorry if you thought I did not understand the gravity of the situation. Just got excited when I think about the punching.
We're trying to humor us.
Sorry?
Rook just raises his hand.
What now? When we get to the ledge, we high five. If we both get the punch, we high five. Then we
Okay.
high five.
Are you really going to leave me hanging?
Ah!
I knew
Come
you
on.
wouldn't resist.
Come on.
We've got this. We made it this far.
Mm.
We've got this.
Right. So, Arden, you know, it's just us, right? It seems just us. Right?
I mean, yes, it is just us, but yes.
But you said you had a friend, a little forest man friend.
Well, yeah. This is the thing, right? I mean, we have people we can call on, but I don't know how. They said if it is, he said to me that if it is that bad, then he'll try and convince people to come and fight. I presume it was very vague,
What? How did
but
he
I
say
don't
to
know
community?
how. That's the thing. I'm trying to remember. I don't think he did give me anything to communicate with. He just said, "We'll come."
He did give you something.
Was it that little? Was it a little pan flute?
No, it's
A little pea pod with flute holes cut in it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. That was
Sorry.
it. Yes, I remember now. Sorry, it's been a while.
yes, yes,
That's all right. That's cool. Well, if you
I mean, he gave me this, but it was pretty vague, and I don't want to use it at the wrong time.
on our own, up a mountain, fighting an undead lich with an army of squelchy bits of random creatures.
I know that it's the right time, but I don't want to use it now and then the army just get decimated. I want to
see.
use it at the right time.
So we get closer.
I want to give them the best chance that they can get.
Perfect. Let's do this.
And while we're thinking about allies, is there anybody else that we can call on now that we're here?
I mean, we have Godfrey. I don't look. The cat is fey.
Ugh, gross.
Could do something. I mean, we don't know what he's capable of.
We've got Faye covered. What if you
I
can
hope.
open that portal to where it's meant to be open to? not just shut it, but open it back up to the fire? What if we're able to get those stone creatures on side? We can give this a fair whack and not on our own.
I mean, there's Mom also, but might take a while for her to get me.
I think the people of this plane are far beyond able to help us now.
Arden, you thumb the scroll of elemental summoning in your pocket also.
Yeah. But I think this being is fucked with these planes, messed with their portals, and if I'm not mistaken, is fucking with their people. I think they'd be itching for a fight if we give them the right opportunity. We've got this, you've got that. We've got the scroll, you have the flute, and you've got your stone. That's the combined forces of 3 different places. All at once. If we use them all at once, maybe they could give us enough of a distraction to get in there and do what we need to do.
There was one problem though.
What?
We're against a lich. Lot of magical power here.
Yeah, but there's also one thing I think we forgot as well.
Hmm.
They're a dragon. There are dragons that need saving here. We can save them.
You don't need to remind me my mistakes.
No, it's not your mistake. It was our mistake. It was everyone's mistake. But it wasn't really. We did what we had to do at the time. Bay, fireplane, stone, dragons.
Imagine me riding a dragon.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't really know what happened in my mind at this moment.
Look,
I just went for it and
I haven't seen any yet. I didn't see anything other than those shadow things flying around out there. But she did say that the young were being kept hostage. Maybe if we find them.
if we find him, we need to get to the
We're
Dragonborn
out into an
Kingdom.
all-out assault on this place. Imagine that, armies out of nowhere. They'd never see it coming.
Right in their back door.
Exactly.
All right.
If you'll excuse me a minute.
I'm in.
Ijara will turn to Arden and say, dragons?
Oh yeah, we fought dragon. It was pretty pissed off. This lich bought a dragon and we killed it, but it turns out that it was being blackmailed by the lich because the lich has all its young somewhere. So I'm guessing somewhere down here we're going to find a bunch of baby young.
What
white
kind of
dragons.
dragon?
White. Yeah, they can be pretty feral, but I think if we set them free.
No, 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 no.
What?
The white dragons of... You've not ventured very far west before. I've been in the west of Frohas for some time. She's rolled a 17 on her history with a -1, so she knows some bits for once. Good girl. She the dragons of Frohast are worshipped, are kept as emblems of power and nobility by the king of the Western Reaches, the Norn House of Norn.
We found one of the royals of Norn, remember?
Yes, this is what I'm saying. This is, if we find dragons, we must return them there. We should be ever in their debt. This would be a great boon.
Well, while I don't disagree with you, I'm saying we need to get out of here first, and we're not going on to break out some
Agreed,
dragons,
agreed.
take them all the
Sorry.
way back and then come back. But it's like, great.
Agreed. This is, but if we should do them a favor, they have sway, a great sway.
Well,
Very
maybe
great
once
sway.
we're done, maybe once we're done here, we go and pay them a visit, and maybe with a favor or two, we can then head out east. Head up home on the way back.
Yeah, sounds good.
Kanzaks.
Sorry, yeah, Bishop.
Do we know this as a player that the king she just messing with is the one in Mordensaw, or is that somewhere else?
No,
You would
somewhere
know that is somewhere else. So the King of the Western Reaches is a white dragonborn family that exists governing the northwesterly kind of corner, an area not pursued by the human king that is the King of Mordensaw.
So would it be in Frohast or would it be
Yes,
in the other?
it's in
Frohast?
Frohast. It's the
Still on the
western
same
reaches of
continent. Yeah,
northwestern reaches of Frohast. It's further north and west from the Renmain Peaks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Top left corner if
Top
you were
left,
looking at
okay.
if you're looking at the map, and then
I'm about to look at the map.
the King of Mordensaw kind of rules everything down and east basically, and then there's a kind of wasteland between Kanzaks and Vermilion and stuff like that, and down this way, the Renmain has been pretty unruly since the portal collapses and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Okay.
okay,
I was just curious because it
no,
got
that's cool. That's cool.
Well, is everybody rested up?
Ooh.
I think maybe that should be our next target then. Let's find these dragons.
Okay. You begin moving along this rift in the ground, this physical tear in the bedrock of the peaks. It is again a natural formation, but Arden, you see almost like an echo in the tearing that you see here of physical rock, and then you remember the tears in the fabric of space and the thin air above, and you wonder as to maybe these magics are making the shift. Something of this is affecting not the barriers between the physical and the metaphysical and the spaces between dimensions and planes, but also it's tearing the very mountains to pieces. And you proceed along further. Sorry, Niala, I interrupted you. Please go ahead.
Not actually going to go near Arden for a while and just make sure no one hears what she's going to say and do, and
Okay,
She just
quietly
turns-
then.
Sorry.
Quietly then, yeah.
She just looks to Auden and give me your arm.
Why?
You know which one.
I mean, I don't see what relevance this has right now, but fine.
Give me your arm, please.
I reach out my arm.
He's going to roll his sleeve a bit, and on the tattoo, she is going to cast prestidigitation on it to cast over another tattoo, completely hiding the one under.
Okay. What do you cover it with?
Everything is true. I think I'm going to cover it with a falcon.
Okay.
She's just going to put his sleeve back on him. Doesn't last long, but that's all I found to make this thing disappear for now.
I mean, thank you.
You said we needed, back at the refuge, you said we needed to be more honest and open with each other. You haven't been much open,
Yeah,
nor
well,
sincere. I don't want to know now.
okay. Yes, okay.
But you owe me a truth here. Because if I do not know or do not understand, I cannot help. Even if you do not want to, I wish to.
I can't deny that I've been a hypocrite. And there are things I haven't said. But they're not relevant. It's the past. It can't have any bearing on what they're doing.
I mean, the market's back on.
If we ever get out of here, if we leave Frohurst, if we ever leave this forsaken continent, I'll tell you all everything. And as long as we're here, it has absolutely no bearing on anything that we do.
It's funny. In the dream we had, I saw something.
So what?
I saw a boat, you, and someone. You were ready to cut your arm off to get that thing off your arm. I do not think it does not bear anything on you. It has a weight, hidden or just because you don't want to see it, but it is here. And as long as you deny it, it's not going to do anything good to you. And I think you are aware of this, but you are just in denial just as much as I am for certain things. I'm a mind wizard. You cannot escape my gaze or my understanding or one's mind.
Okay, I hate it when you're right. God, I hate it when you're right. There's nothing magical about this. There is no Eldritch contract on my soul. There is nothing in regards to
I'm aware
an
I have no
overreaching being
ability.
that can get us here. The only thing that this represents is my own demons from my own past, and that is it. And I, as I have said, we get out of here alive. I'll tell you everything you want to know. I'll answer all your questions, every single one. Honestly, plainly, truthfully.
I remember this. And if you forget, I will come back for your ass for the truth.
Well, who knows? I might not make it out of here alive, and then you'll just have to raise me from the dead to get to those questions.
Can we have a group
Brilliant.
perception check, please?
All right. What are we rolling? Perception, wisdom.
Everyone?
Everybody.
Oh.
Perception check.
25.
God, I'm rolling good tonight. 21.
Flippin' heck.
19.
Jesus!
Probably be terrible.
Ijara got the terrible as well. So. Ijara's in there with a hefty 6. So 3 out of the 5 isn't bad. So as you move along through this ripped tunnel, and you can still see that it's quite new, everybody. Like, this shift hasn't happened a long time ago. This has been recent that this has moved, because you can still see like where bits of rock that should really be fallen haven't quite fallen yet, as they kind of stick out of the layers of sediment and stuff. You also notice that there are not only along this kind of, as much as you can have a straight crack through the ground, there are little fissures that are kind of very tight and pushed together, but they're where the natural landscape is formed. But you can't see in them, but you can almost hear in them. You can hear, what is it? It's like rattling, like a rattling or a scratching kind of. There's several of these as you kind of go along.
Doesn't sound good.
And as you walk further along, on your left-hand side, you come across the base of one of the chambers that you've previously been in. This is intact. This is this hefty, roughly rush-worked stone, these containers for corpses. This is the outside of it. Ujara reaches her hand up and places it gingerly on the stone and swallows. And then you see her kind of, her eyes roll and her face drop to a sickening pallor. It's one of those things. I think the same feeling, but much worse. barn was this one has been well fed.
Whatever they're doing, they're growing more of them.
She takes
How
her
do
hand
I know?
away and kind of tries to wipe her hand clean.
I don't know about you, but I'd rather just sneak around this thing and rather than confront it. But I don't know whether we're going to have that chance.
Can I check my stone? See where it pulls.
It's leading you pretty much true along this crack, but Jara, as she turns away from the thing, looks at the cracks in the wall where these are the stratas pushed very close together. She says, beware. Beware of these. Must go quieter than I think we are already going. Something lies within there. There is dead. In these cracks, in these tightly pressed crevices.
No more talking. Stay close to each other.
Group stealth check.
Oh no! Good lucky I have a +6.
I'm going to cast guidance on Rook.
And you'll all get a plus because you're in my aura, I think.
Why are you casting
we?
a plus? Why are you casting guidance on me? I've got a cracking
Oh, it's on
stealth.
saving throws, isn't
I
it?
thought you said you were terribly. I thought you said you were terrible at stealth.
Just because I'm a big boy.
It's saving throws. Sorry, guys, you won't get another +4. Sorry.
I got 14 at this.
Because you're tired, aren't you?
No, I just have armor.
Oh,
I'm the only person in this group besides Ijaro that has
Ijaro.
armor.
14.
Yeah, I got 14.
I got a 19.
Yeah,
Shit,
got to roll at
this on.
disadvantage. Yeah, I got the armor. Oh my god.
What?
15
Oh,
at dish.
shit!
Oh, Jesus.
Why are you doing 15 at dis?
Because I'm exhausted.
Oh shit.
So it's a 15,
Mm-hmm.
14. And
14!
what was yours, Luke?
23.
And Niala?
19.
19. Okay.
So what's the
Let's-
average there?
There's somewhere.
23, 19, 14, 15, and what? What was those hours?
6.
Oh my god.
So I say, what's the DC? Because if it's more passes than fails, then
Yeah, that's what I'm just going to work out the DC. Oh,
The DC was
I mean,
and we all failed.
77 divided by 5 is 15.4.
okay. Okay, so I'm rolling for it because there's something looking for you.
Oh no. It needs to roll a 15 or higher.
Oh, it does. It's got a massive plus as well.
It's.
What's the plus, Pete? You want to be a generous DM? You
See,
could tell us.
This is when Sin comes in great because she had fucking
pass without a trace.
Pass without a trace, yeah.
but
Yeah,
Sin be
yeah.
dead.
We're talking a +8 here.
Oh,
Damn.
Fuck!
What
I mean,
the
in fairness,
fuck
that's
is
only
looking for
one less
us?
than I've got.
What's
One
seen
more.
us?
Can you make me a perception check also, folks?
Another one.
Oh, fuck.
a perception?
Yeah,
Perception.
everybody.
Bet.
Natural 20.
15.
Oh!
It was a 12, but is it anything to do with facing or undead?
It is to do with undead.
Then I have to roll with advantage. So the first one was a 12, and the second one was a.
And that one from Bijara.
Oh, I got a 16.
Okay.
Nat
That was
20
15.
for a 24 in total.
24, Niala?
15.
No one sees this coming.
Fuck it. No, hold on. I'm going to guidance myself as well. So I get a D4 on top of that natural 20. 27.
For perception? Or what? What?
27 for perception.
Ooh.
Natural
You
20
still don't
plus
see it.
7.
Because it's a group check.
Oh, really? Oh,
Sorry.
damn it.
You're all on your alert. Rook, are you traditionally at the back here?
I was when we were climbing up, but I feel like Rook would have taken the lead in the tunnels because he doesn't know what's around.
Okay.
Oh, also, I have my torch up because I can't see
Okay.
shit.
Okay. Okay.
Dark down here.
Yeah, I literally need light. I can't do much without it. Not without like bumping into you guys, tripping over who knows what on the ground, bumping into the wall, but it's fall because I hit it too hard. It's like break a hip because I'm old. I expect Rook to break a hip while we're in this mountain, Pete.
Rook is not going to break a hip.
Get platinum hip. I can make him
Platinum
one.
hip.
I'll make him a
Just-
platinum hip.
He's just
His
going to
hips-
go and find
his
his
hips
old
might
friend
already
and
be
get it
platinum.
all. Yeah, get it all replaced.
No.
He's just get back. Rook is a transformer, basically inside a bugbear skin. So I'm gonna just roll randomly then. So there's 1, 2. How many of us in this party? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay.
I'll be
so
5.
5
Yeah, I'll be
numbers.
5.
Just pick your numbers.
But no.
Oh, I'll be 3.
Okay. 4. Rook.
Rook is 1.
So who's 2?
Iljara.
Jara.
Hey. Ijara is looking round after being extra cautious and warning you off undead.
With that nat 1.
And then
Fuck.
with an advantage
With
attack.
a nat 1. Oh my god. What are we fighting?
Jesus.
God, what are we fighting?
I don't know.
Okay. It is going to make this.
Oh, I'm literally fucking. I don't think I've ever been this nervous when we've played about like what we're doing now, because we're literally like coming up to like our arc, our first
So-
major arc.
Out of the darkness sweeps an ethereal claw.
Yes, sir. I'll fight it, guys. I have to hunt it down.
I'm gonna cry.
And it slams into Ijara twice.
With a nat 20 another corner.
No nat 20s, but it has done some damage. Let's roll the damage. Ba, 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 ba.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Sorry, question.
Yes,
Is this creature within 5 feet of me?
not within 5 feet of you because you said you're at the front, which means Ijara will be watching the back.
If that was Rook, Ijara, Arden, Yala, then me.
Sorry, say again?
If that was Rook, then Ijara, and then Arden, and then Yala, and then me.
Oh, okay. Then yes, yeah, it would be within 5 feet.
Excellent. So when this thing swipes, I would like to use my sentinel attack.
Okay, it's going to hit her still, and it's
Yeah.
going to do a
42 psychic.
Oh, well,
Oh no, his big numbers, guys.
no, it's just I'm very, very bad. My brain at doing math today. So that it takes 16 damage to Ijara on these two swipes. And then you see looming out of the dark. And it attempts to scream at you. And it opens its huge maw. And you see out of one of these compressed cracks, you can now you peer more closely at them. You can see that within them there are compressed fragments of bone. You can see there are fossilized skeletons. You see that there is a skeleton of a gigantic lizard that walks on 2 feet. And you see wafting out from those bones an ethereal form of a giant Rex.
We're fighting an undead T-Rex.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh yeah, let's go, baby. Let's have some
We're fighting
initiative.
an undead T-Rex. What
Bibbity
the-
bobbity, back the fuck up.
What
What?
the We
You
are
like that?
fighting an
You like
undead
that?
fucking
You like
T-Rex.
that?
What?
Fucking Christ.
What?
Right.
All right.
So you can roll your initiative, remembering you get your plus something from me. +4?
Plus
Can
4,
I
I think.
do my sentinel attack quickly?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yes. Where's that in there quickly? Let me just get this sent. Let me just tell you what your pluses are on your. Beep, 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 beep. You get a +3. Sorry. Yeah, let's have that sentinel attack then, please.
Okay, so
A
that would have
dirty
been
20?
+3, so 18.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, of course. Well, of course, boy.
Beautiful.
That hits.
Beautiful.
That hits, my good.
18.
18 for Arden.
So it's 12 bludgeoning damage.
12.
12
And-
damage for the.
Yep, got it.
Yeah.
So 18 for Arden.
I'm in, my initiative is shit. So +3 from Ijara is a 7.
Oh dear, you're right down the
Um,
bottom.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
is this creature no more than one size larger than me? What size am I?
It should be medium.
I
You're
am
medium. It is huge, so it is 2 sizes.
Shit, never mind. Actually, hang on. So one of my racial traits is called powerful build. You count as large when determining your carrying capacity and the weight you can push, drag, or lift. The thing that I'm inquiring about is Crusher. So once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, you can move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space, providing the target is no larger than one size. So would that powerful build, because I'm pushing something with my hammer, would that count towards Crusher?
No, I think they're two
No.
independent. I think they're two independent things. It's got to be no more than one larger size whilst using Crusher. And the carrying capacity business is I think that's separate. It sounds separate to me because they're distinct rules by the sound of things.
Yeah, no worries. Right, initiative.
Some initiative, please.
How big is this tunnel?
The distance of the tunnel is probably about 15 feet wide. The tunnel is long in length, but this beast is kind of like vaping through the walls. You know, like the walls aren't important to this creature, just prey.
Sorry, was there a plus
+3 from
+3?
Ijara.
Oh, fucking hell.
So got an ethereal undead T-Rex.
25 for initiative?
Oh, nice, George.
I love having advantage on initiative.
Yeah, so does Ijara.
Did I say mine?
No, hold on. I'm just getting George's.
Okay.
Okay, yes, yours.
12? I believe.
12?
12?
12, that was a question rather than an
12?
actual answer.
I got a 9 and then
12?
plus what Ijara put.
3.
Yeah, so yeah, 12.
Can someone see what
12?
Ijara got? No, Ijara doesn't have advantage. Ijara got 15, I think. Might have lost it.
I
Can
have
someone look back on the thing
something
for me?
that would help. Wait, let me check. Let me clarify.
Has someone got the log up, please, to tell me what Ijara got? Because I rolled and then I didn't write it down.
Iljara has
16,
looking at the
wasn't
log.
it?
Oh, I don't have it yet.
Iljara rolled
so
15 plus
18.
whatever else.
15 plus whatever else. So in there ish. Okay, let's roll its initiative.
Yeah, Iljara had rolled a natural 9 plus 6, which I'm guessing is her +3 bonus and
Yeah,
her dex. So total of 15.
Yeah. That's it. It's in there. There we go. Okay, let's just check that I don't have to roll anything different for this beastie. No. From the looks of things.
Oh, I need to be level 11. Ah, son of a bitch. Oh, what today? I can stop it from going into the walls, but I have to be level 11. I'm 1 year level 8.
Okay, it's gonna go there. Rings. Okay. We've got half an hour to play. Do you want to see if we can take this down in half an hour?
Let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's
Um,
fucking
We,
do
we
it.
can rush this. We can rush it.
I won't lie. I'm struggling to stay awake.
All right. Should we hold it here then? At this
Sorry,
initiative roll?
guys.
No, that's cool. Should we hold it at this initiative? I've got it written
Sure.
down. I can save this. And then if George is having a sleepy time, that's fine. We just put this in documents.
It's been a
Uni
long
one.
day, uni.
Yeah, Rook. This is T-Rex Undead Initiative. Okay, I've got it saved. I've got the damage that you've already dealt to this beastie recorded. And we have in you readying your weapons in this tunnel beneath a field of harvesting undead, fighting an undead spiritual entity from the corpse of a prehistoric T-Rex. Yeah, sounds fun to me. So that's where we'll kick off the next game with our next little punch up, eh?
Sounds good.
Cool. Yeah, lovely. All right, cool. Thank you very much for playing, guys, and I'll see you next week. Yeah, we'll have a chat afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, no trouble. All right, cheers, guys. Bye.